to Ohio. We are outside a place built in the 1850s. It's Prospect Place, known to be extremely haunted by many of the family members that used to live here. We're gonna go inside and check it out. Ready? This house has like 29 rooms, a full basement, and a ballroom. So we're gonna do a walk around and look at everything we can really quick and point out the different areas where there's hauntings. This is the home of the Addams family, not the Addams family, A-D-A-M-S. Yeah, so George W. Adams, this was his house. He was a massive businessman. He owned some acreage in every direction in this portion of Ohio. And he made money by buying different property, having mills where people would take their grains and product to be milled. So this is kind of like the castle that he had built for him and his wife and his children. One of the downstairs rooms that would have been a family room or greeting room where people would have came who knew the family, so not as formal as some of the other rooms. And it's something that I was told years ago is that the marks on the walls are the insulators for the telegraph that used to be in this room. So that's pretty amazing. The guy had his own Wi-Fi, basically. This is the formal parlor, and you can tell that by the beautiful ceiling carvings and the plaster that's up there. Obviously some has fallen, but this is where they would have taken their guests who came in the side door and they would have greeted him. This is the man himself, George W. Adams. While he looks kind of mean in that painting, it's just the way he looked because it's a painting from the photograph. That's him over there. Now, this is the bedroom of George W. Adams. He had his own bathroom. So this was the man of the home's bedroom. You'll notice every floor here, both floors, the first and second floors, have 15-foot ceilings. This place is stunning. This room, another gorgeous room, is one of the biggest rooms in the home. Traditionally they called it the ladies' parlor, but a lot of people interpreting the home think it's actually the dining room. Right here we have these beautiful pocket doors that even have a center door. While it's the store, a little shop for the home, was likely a breakfast kitchen because the kitchen and pantry are beyond that portion. Now that we've seen the downstairs, let's head up to the bedrooms. On this landing, EVPs have been caught in a woman's voice. We'll be looking for that later. This room is pretty infamous for the painting of Mary Adams, the second wife of George. This was her bedroom. There's less nice ornate work, but she did have her own bathroom in the corner as well. This was the children's playroom, or would have been maybe the nursery when the kids were really young. George had 3 daughters, and this is one of the rooms they might have shared. And there's a big closet over there as well, and a fireplace and some toys, because there was an infant daughter who passed away, and we might be able to interact with any of the kids that could have lived here. Was what they would think was the son's bedroom in this room. And this is a closet apparently that people feel really uneasy in. I'm in it, I feel alright. This is the upstairs parlor. It maybe wasn't a bedroom, but more of a sitting room or gathering room, like what would have been our living room now. And apparently the spirit of a little girl was captured in here playing with this little duck. up to an amazing portion of the house, the Attic Ballroom. This is the U-shaped ballroom that goes all the way around the other side of the house. This cross on the wall, I had heard previously it was painted there to cover up or negate something that was darker, negative, that was painted there or done here, but there's nothing to substantiate that. So it's just a cross on the wall. In this area of the ballroom, some apparitions have been seen, some have been apparently caught on photo. So it goes all the way to the other side of the house and all the way around. And people hear laughing, sounds of a party. I just heard a noise over there. But this is another hot spot of the home, right where we are.
The basement of this property is of particular interest because it was part of the Underground Railroad, where enslaved people traveled to get help and further their journey to safety in the north. This is also an area of the house where a lot of EVPs, footsteps, and different sounds have been recorded. One whole side of this home is what used to be the servants' quarters, where there's even a sick room built onto the back beyond a porch where people would be quarantined so as not to infect the rest of their household, which is something we're obviously pretty familiar with at this point. There's a laundry room in between there and the rest of the rooms where apparently a lot of activity has been reported, more and more now that the room has been cleaned up and opened up for restoration. As more of the building is cleaned out and restored, people believe that that triggers a lot of the activity that occurs. Behind the house is the barn, more recently cleaned up of all the vines that enveloped it for so many years. It still looks foreboding. It's somewhat controversial because the story of a bounty hunter who was apparently captured here after looking for enslaved people and hung from the rafters has never been substantiated at any point within this home's history or for all the research that's been done. While allegedly quite haunted, it's actually the second floor of this barn that seems to be where the most experiences have occurred for people. Access to that floor is no longer available because the floor really just isn't one anymore. But Ryan sent the drone in there just to peek.
This is Prospect Place, and we are going to investigate it all night long. And it's gorgeous.
Thanks for coming with us through Haunted Prospect Place in Ohio. If you like the strange and unusual, be sure to subscribe, comment, and share. Stay weird.